Now we're live. Hi everyone, I'm sorry about the late start. We had a couple of technical glitches at the world's largest tech expo because why not bring on the irony? Hi, I'm the YouTube deal guy, Matt Granite, and I've just spent the overnight hours at the world's largest tech show. Right now, the only people in here, janitorial staff, vendors, and security. There are no other tech reviewers in the building. There are no other reporters. I was the only person in here overnight, and it got really lonely, which is why I wanted to invite all of you amazing subscribers right now along for a journey, a bit of an unprecedented look behind the scenes of the Consumer Electronics Show. I'm going to show you my favorite tech. Tomorrow, we're going to focus a little bit more on the robots, and I'm going to find you some drone deals. Sunday, I'm going to focus on the more affordable tech. But right now, let's begin the tour. Welcome. And I want to thank everyone right now. I can't read your comments while you're posting them, but after they post, I'm going to make sure that I read and hear from all of the great people that keep this channel alive. The big trend at the Consumer Electronics Show this year, first of all, power. Everywhere you go, power, 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 charging, wireless charging. I'm going to show you in a moment ways that a lot of companies are actually bringing the freedom from wires out to different components of your home. Very interesting, but again, charging. And we've tested a lot of chargers this year. I really don't think any of the ones we're going to show you are necessarily the ones that I would take. And the best thing about us being on this journey together is I can say what I want. I can let you in on the secrets, say all the stuff that the companies don't want me to tell you. So come on over here. I want to take you through, again, more power displays. In here, as you can see, the exhibitors and the vendors are setting up, which this has not open to the public right now. So us spending this time together, it's very important. Again, charge your phone. Outdoor charging, battery backup systems, just so many more displays this year where a lot of companies are putting in the time and money to set you up with different ways to charge. Again, all over the place, which is interesting. And a lot of the wireless accessories, sort of the more affordable pieces of technology, have replaced a lot of the robots and the drones and that unaffordable tech that so many of you are very familiar with. Yes, you can enjoy talking cars at the Consumer Electronics Show, but my view is that if I'm here as a bargain hunter, and I'm your eyes and ears, which is an honor, I might as well find ways to bring all the top technology to you on a dime that's affordable, that's practical. So this is interesting right here because Sharper Image is not generally a brand that makes much of an appearance at the Consumer Electronics Show, but it's interesting they're here, and it's also interesting they're pushing drones. Again, I'm going to have better deals than a lot of the ones you see on these drones, but one of the big things for me that I find interesting is the companies that appear at the Consumer Electronics Show. Oh, we just passed Garmin. So this is interesting also this year. Garmin is really attacking that activity tracker market, the smartwatches. Many of the items that I can find actually, just between us, much better prices on. These will drop. Let's just keep this a secret between us, but they're pushing this. They're no longer pushing the GPS units. I think they figured out that a lot of people are now relying upon their phone, and again, we're here together. So if you've just tuned into this live stream, I am the only media person that we can find anywhere at the Consumer Electronics Show. I'm lonely, so you're with me, which is amazing. No interns are with me this week. Actually, we had one of my interns from a few years ago helping, but she left and everyone else is back at our studio planning for all the deals I'm going to bring back. My wife was actually in Vegas with me. I've been here now almost 2 weeks, the overnight hours in this convention center alone. It's just unbelievable what happens at night. We're going to show you more of that in a moment. So I want to also show you one of the big names at the Consumer Electronics Show. So if you turn around right here, these tablets that basically allow you to write on your computer, that used to be reserved for more technical people and design experts, this is becoming more mainstream. I don't know if it's the iPad pens that are stupidly priced that are bringing this more into the mainstream consumer market. Whatever it is, we're seeing a lot of this, which again, I like to see because I don't think that all of those great tools should be reserved for the elite designer, and I don't think they should be unaffordable. And behind me, or in front of me, depending on where you're looking, right here, you're going to see a robot. And a lot of the commercial grade industrial robots, like this bad boy right here, we're going to talk more about that tomorrow. In fact, I've actually had a lot of interactions with robots. One robot I fell in love with. You'll meet her tomorrow. We're going to bring her in. But I want to show you now, first of all, it's amazing, right? Like, look, there's no one here but us. There's exhibitors and security. It's just us. This is amazing. There's no people. In not too long from now, you are going to see hundreds of people come through the door, and then it's going to turn into thousands, and it's going to even bigger. So let's enjoy this while we have this. This is our time together, and I want to enjoy it. In front of me, you are going to see a little bit more of the what I call the tripped out displays, the really expensive ones, the ones where companies are paying what could be $100,000 just to have their setup here. And to the right of me, we have some more robots that we're going to actually focus on tomorrow. I don't want to spend too much time now on the robots. I just want to show you some of the more affordable pieces of technology. So let's walk through here together. And if I'm moving too fast or I'm speaking too quickly, I apologize. You can see more vendors setting up. I love that this is what happens before it's open to the general public. And this is an area where I've actually featured deals. Let's see if we get kicked out. Good morning. I'm doing YouTube Live. Do you mind if I walk through your area? These are my subscribers. Do you want to say hi?
Hey guys, how are you?
So GoGroove, thank you for letting me walk through your area, has a lot of products that I've featured in the past. And this item, I don't know if you can see up there, was a way to bring Siri technology to your car. I was really excited about that. If you look back at my video from Thursday, I showcased the FlexSmart. But I'm legitimately showing you great items that are at the Consumer Electronics Show. A lot of people have focused on tech that you just can't buy and that you won't find anywhere. But again, GoGroove, a big name. One of the things that I really like that they're doing is changing the way sound looks. I know that sounds strange, doesn't it? Right? Sound is something you hear, but they're making speakers and soundbars a lot smaller, which I love, because you can bring different speaker systems into different spaces. And again, if you have a short or a small area that you need to work with, you're not restricted in terms of the audio. Virtual reality, obviously a massive phenomenon this year. I think I tackled that earlier this week. It was Wednesday. I've lost track of days. But as you can see, some of the virtual reality booths here are just starting to set up. And if you hear that noise, again, this is what happens before people come in here. These are what the booths look like empty. But I'm going to show you some interesting things as we move down this booth, this strip, this area of the convention center. And power banks, charging, wireless accessories. I'll stop you here for a second. All of those wireless chargers that you keep seeing, none of which I would necessarily buy right now, more of a focus this year than I think I've ever seen. We're going to take a look at some smart safes in a moment, some really interesting things, but privacy, protecting your data, paper shredders. Again, this was not something you saw at the Consumer Electronics Show last year, but a lot of companies are really anxious, I believe, to try and get in on the market where last year it was all about the Nest thermostats and how to make your home smart, and this year it's how to protect your home from being infiltrated by hackers. It's almost as though the companies move forward and then there's a loophole that they need to close, or just a giant accessible way for someone to get into your home, and then they backtrack. It's very interesting to see. So we're going to continue to move along, and again, it's really nice to have you guys here. The smart outlets and the smart sockets. I'm going to have a solution for you probably in my Sunday upload where you can make your outlets smarter than they would ever be. This is not something I would necessarily buy. Again, just between us, our secret's right here. But there's some interesting systems where you can use the Google operating system or Alexa, the Amazon Dot, for $40 or $49 right now. I find deals on them very often. And use that to communicate with the rest of your home. So this is not any longer the point where you needed to spend $400 on a Wemo system and connect it to another hub. And many of the really high price points we saw last year have diminished into something which I just really love. It's affordable tech. Such a nice trend. You're going to see some robot displays here. If you look right over here, this is actually a robot I will introduce you to tomorrow. But there you go. A robotic display. Now, I did mention security, and we're going to walk through a couple of areas that focus on security right now. First type of security I want to show you, which is just huge, is actually locking down your physical devices. And then I'm going to talk about home security, which is another big thing this year. And don't worry, I think I'm going to tackle drones in tomorrow's upload. I'm just waiting for some more deals to appear, because obviously saving you money is my priority. And all right, let's look over here. So tablet security and display, just a massive, massive undertaking at the Consumer Electronics Show this year. All sorts of ways to make sure your tablets are protected and that no one can get to them, and that your monitors are locked down. Cables, we're seeing more of this than I've ever seen before, ways to lock up your Apple TV or your set-top boxes. Again, affordable tech. Very, very nice to see. This would be for the exterior. For the interior, we are also seeing, and you can see they're cleaning some of the displays. This is really not something you would ever see in half an hour from now or even an hour. a lot of the smart lights and a lot of the controls and access to your home are being further protected by companies trying to sell you more secure routers. And if there's any gamers watching right now, and I know a few of my subscribers are gamers, one trend that we've seen a lot of this year, and I believe it started last year and then it became more of a thing and a phenomenon this year, is routers designed specifically for gaming. And the reason this is actually important to all of you if you're not gamers, Linksys and some of the companies are building these routers that are affordable that can handle so much more data than many of the competing products. It's great if you upload a lot of videos well, if you happen to be a YouTuber or an aspiring YouTuber like I am, this would be a great thing for us eventually. So the gaming routers are big. Let's head over here. I want to show you what a very interesting display looks like. And then I'm going to take you back to some more affordable tech. So coming up to my right, we're going to see a company that has recreated a smart home. And every room exists here where you can explore the smart home and then see how that could apply to your regular lifestyle. Very interesting to see. And honestly, the companies that we're going to show you in the front right now may have spent $200,000 on their display. It's just unbelievable what a company will do to get some idiot like me to talk about them. So this is a display that's about to open. This is a smart home. And if you actually look over here on the right, and we're going to slow down the camera. I apologize if you're getting nauseous. You have different rooms of the home. You have a smart basketball court. Again, if you've ever looked at me or any part of my arms or my lower torso, you know I'm not necessarily a sports enthusiast, although I do enjoy watching it. I don't know what I would do with a smart basketball court. But I do love that it's here, and I do love that many of the different rooms from smart projectors, if you look on the far right over here, we go from projection on your wall to the audio experience to smart voice. You want to be able to control your home, and again, just between us, you can do this with an Amazon Echo Dot, as I said before, or another product of your choice. And then you go into the smart car and the smart lights. And your smartphone being your key to your smart locks and ways to control and watch your home from wherever you are. But keep in mind that with all of these wonderful advances in security, and again, if you can call a smart lock an advancement in security, you're opening the door to other problems. So you have the people here that are trying to advance you, and then you have the people on the other side of the room that are trying to sell you products to make sure you don't get hacked. It's a really interesting technical dichotomy, which, again, you don't generally see at the Consumer Electronics Show. It's like both sides are at war with each other. It's a new phenomenon this year. The Bluetooth wireless headphones, I don't think I've ever seen so many Bluetooth wireless headphones, but they are all over the place. Pick your brand, pick your name. It's unbelievable what's here. And the fact that I would have thought by now everyone in life owns a pair of Bluetooth headphones or has a Bluetooth speaker, but the companies definitely don't feel that way. And that's interesting. I find that very interesting. The outdoor of your home and smart tech and hats that allow you to enjoy your tech with whatever it is you're wearing, coats that will allow you to listen to your music without being unaffected by zippers. That's definitely something we're seeing, some of the fashion trends merging with the tech. And one of the other things that I want to point out is the Apple white, or the color that many people identify with Apple is definitely the sweeping color trend this year. We're seeing a lot of displays, a lot of pieces of tech that are all white. I don't know if it's companies want you to feel you're spending money on something that is more exclusive or Apple-like. I can't quite figure it out, but white, definitely one of the big colors this year. You can see right behind me, this company is gearing up. A lot of the really big names at the Consumer Electronics Show will actually hold their staff meetings before everyone opens and they determine how they're going to sell. And one of the other things that I've noticed is companies have what looks like, I'll be open with you, I'm sure I'm going to get complaints for saying this. People look like they have Vegas escorts working their booths at half of these technical things. Women being sexualized like you wouldn't believe with no concept of what is going on behind them. And we saw that. They stand in what looks like trench coats and they're out in front of these very high-tech advanced robotics displays trying to get people to come in. And maybe that's Vegas, so that's what that is. But we didn't see as much of that last year, and this is interesting. The smart lights becoming more affordable. we're seeing a lot of that right here. And this was an interesting thing. Their booth isn't open yet, but the world's largest connected e-writer. For people that like design, there's not really a great solution to put whatever it is you're working on or imagining, trying to articulate onto a pad or a digital pad that you can share easily. And that's one of the things that we've seen a little bit of advancement with this year. The other thing that I want to show you before we make our way back, and promise I have more uploads, more deals, and hopefully some more excitement. Hopefully this is interesting for you. For me, I find it so interesting when this is empty and the vendors and the people that really try to push product aren't here yet. You can see some of their displays. This is the less expensive side of the room. A lot of the brands behind me are from China, they're overseas, and they're here merely to sell their products to people who will rebrand their products with other names on it, which is why 10,000 Bluetooth speakers all look the same. So if you look behind me, these are mostly Asian companies, and they've been great. We've had a chance to interact with a lot of them. You'll see made in Japan, made in China, Shanghai, a lot of Beijing vendors. And they're here not only to sell to the consumer, but to sell to the companies that will put all sorts of names onto products. Morning, how are you guys? We're just doing a video for my YouTube channel. We're just taking them through all of the excitement here. Okay. You having a good CES?
Yes.
Good. So they're here early. They're set up early, which is great. Very diligent. A lot of the other booths, not the case. I'm just happy there's people in the building, because to have spent the entire overnight alone just watching things get set up is amazing. The delivery crews and the third parties that come in to build a lot of these displays, these are constructed usually over a 48-hour period, and many of these displays are somewhere between $50,000 and $100,000 on the more expensive side of the room. So again, a very different consumer electronics show from what we saw last year, and many of the trends from the years past just are not returning. This is the year of the affordable tech. This is the year of catering to the everyday consumer and making sure you get hooked up. And of course, I'm going to make sure you get hooked up. So here's my promise to you. Is this a good place to start? This is a nice background. Here's my promise to you. Stick with me if you want to see more of the Consumer Electronics Show. If you want to see the items you can actually buy and the items that are on sale. Tomorrow's upload, I'm going to showcase some of the craziest gadgets that you won't believe. We're going to look at robots, drones, some other tech trends, and I'm going to find the deals that you're used to seeing, and I'm going to put them right under the video description box. Sunday, I'm going to showcase the most affordable tech. We're talking awesomely fantastic, that's redundant, but great tech at lower than Walmart prices. The stuff that you want to take home and you can buy right now, and that's going to return Sunday with all of my daily uploads. And until then, I just want to thank you guys. You've made not only my start to 2017 so incredible, but just knowing that all of you are watching, and I read through the comments. We've reached a point this week where I've been working night and day and I haven't been able to respond to any of the comments. I'm reading them. We read them on my phone. It's fantastic, and I love all of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and I hope you like what you saw. It's been an honor to take you around, and if there's anything else you want to see, let me know. As I said, I'm reading the comments, and I'll start responding more actively next week, but that's just as soon as I get back from Las Vegas with all the products I'm going to find deals for you on. Okay, bye. Thanks for watching. I hope it's off. I really have to pee. Okay, I have to pee so badly. Tell me when it's done. How is it still on? It's still going? Do you want to just take the camera and walk? Hi. So for those of you that have watched, I'm sure you know that we have great difficulty starting the broadcast usually. Today we have great difficulty ending it. So let's just walk toward the bathroom. Maybe we can edit this out afterwards. Guys, you're welcome to stop watching, but now you're going to see that. So this is behind the scenes of where everyone operates. We're going to actually walk to the bathroom. This is horrendous. But I have to go. When you got to go, you got to go. The curtain area here is generally where people are not supposed to walk, so let's see if we get kicked out. You really don't know how to end this? It actually won't end. What happens if you just shut your phone off? Do you want to just like hold down the power button? Okay, I'm going to go in here, and then you can go for a walk. It's been really great to be with you guys. This is the worst tour ever. Maybe just like restart your phone or your batteries.